The Séance at Thistlewaite Hall. 1. The Widow's Invitation. In the winter of 1863, Lady Claremont Thistlewaite, newly widowed and swollen with sorrow, summoned England's most peculiar guests to her ancestral home. Among them, Madame Fallow, a spirit medium from Paris; Dr. Edwin Greaves, a skeptic and anatomist; Miss Isabel Plume, a writer of the macabre; Father Henry Bell, a defrocked priest; and Mr. Ellis Gray, a young war veteran with a scar down one cheek and a quietness like frost. They were promised only one thing: an evening with the dead. 2. The rules of the séance. Lady Claremont insisted the séance must be held in the Green Salon, a room no one had entered in over 50 years. The doors were unlocked at midnight. Inside, a round table carved from black walnut, surrounded by velvet chairs and dusty candelabras. The walls bore portraits of the Thistlewaite ancestors, none smiling. Madame Fallow explained the rules. No speaking until spoken to by the dead. No breaking the circle, under any circumstance. Do not answer if a spirit calls your name more than once. That last rule was met with nervous laughter. But no one laughed long. 3. The first voice. The candles flickered. The air grew tight. Madame Fallow chanted in an ancient dialect. Her voice dropped, deep and cold. A chair tipped over on its own. And then, a voice. A child's voice. "Maman? Where did you go?" Lady Claremont gasped. Her hand flew to her chest. "That's my daughter," she whispered. "My little Grace." The child had drowned in the pond 2 winters before. The spirit asked questions. "Why did you stop coming to the pond? Why don't you answer me in dreams?" Lady Claremont wept. She reached across the table, breaking the circle. The candles blew out. For the things that crawled in. In the dark, something scuttled. Not footsteps. Not mice. Something else. When the candles flared again, Madame Fallow was slumped in her chair, eyes rolled white. She whispered, voice layered with many. "You open the gate too wide. We do not come alone." Then she convulsed and began to levitate. 5. The haunting grows. One by one the guests were tested. Dr. Greaves scoffed, until a phantom scalpel carved a cross into his palm. Miss Plume asked too many questions, and began bleeding from her ears, muttering phrases she never learned. Father Bell tried to bless the room. He coughed up ashes for the rest of the night. And Alice Gray, silent, solemn, held the hand of something no one else could see. 6. The painting bleeds. At the stroke of 3 a.m., the portrait of Sir Thaddeus Thistlewaite, the ancestor who'd murdered his entire household with belladonna and bells, wept black oil. It dripped to the carpet and bloomed in unnatural shapes. Lady Claremont screamed. Her husband's voice whispered from the fireplace. The dead do not answer questions. They ask them. 7. What the dead wanted. The séance was no longer contained. The spirits clawed through the walls, flooding into corridors, mirrors, keyholes. The past was present. Guests saw echoes of themselves in the eyes of the dead. Lady Claremont, now half-possessed, confessed the truth. She hadn't lost her daughter to an accident. She had held the child's head under the icy pond herself. She cried too much. And I wanted silence. The spirit of grace erupted from the floorboards. 8. The escape. Only 2 guests made it out, Mr. Ellis Gray and Miss Isabel Plume. They ran into the snow just before dawn, clutching holy water and a shard of the black table. Behind them, Thistlewaite Hall collapsed inward, like a chest deflating. The portraits burned. The pond boiled. The wind laughed. No bodies were recovered. 9. Epilogue. Years later, Miss Plume wrote a story called The Hollow Mirror, about a haunted house and a girl who drowned with her eyes open. Alice Gray never spoke of it. But each winter, on the longest night, He set a single place at the table and waited, just in case Grace came calling again.